spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Sooners will kick it away to start us off. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is... We stopped at the 28. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
Oh, they're after him! Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They're working that left side, and he's wrestled to the ground.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. To the air, it's Sayin. Grab near the sticks, it's Smith. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Might be calling a hot route. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. He's got an open man. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and then bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
So you get stuffed on 1st down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now on this 2nd play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to leave more guys in to block? There's a real cat and mouse game going on right now between these two coaching staffs.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Pulls it in. It's Tate. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. Back to pass. It's Sayin. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Finds the big tight end. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. The Buckeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's going for the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got a man. It's Thomas. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Swings it out to the flat. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Listen, if I'm a QB, 2nd down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable 3rd down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game.
The punt was just an illusion. They snapped it to the up end. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. It's complete to the left. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
2nd down coming up. Give to the back. Crosses the 45. Turning it on. Past the 30. Inside the... Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners, and he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
He wants to change this route. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Got a man. It's Smith. Sweet cut there. Ripping through the defense. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving forward. Field. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Gallatin. Ball is loose. And the fumble is going to go out of bounds, and the offense will maintain possession. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they were lucky that that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, they sure were. These ball carriers have got to know that this defense, they play with so much aggression, and they're always trying to get extra hats to the football. You have got to protect this thing at all costs. Lucky that ball rolled out of bounds.
The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Snagged in the middle, it's Tate. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Buckeyes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. That's caught. It's Peoples. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Excellent situational awareness to make the grab and get just enough for that first down.
And how about the play call? They didn't want to hold on to the football. They wanted to get that thing out of their hand, trust the receiver to make the catch, and then what does he do? Gets the first down, gets out of bounds. New set of downs for this offense.
The Buckeyes are marching down the field. Running back searching for a hole. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
The Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Pulls it in. It's Smith. Oh, he's got some space. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense. Nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Caught close to the marker, it's Smith. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are, sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Rides to back and leaves it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Nice job by this defense here. They didn't do a good enough job on the last drive, but, man, we got to get to the quarterback, affect him, get him in predictable situations like you did right here now on 3rd and long.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be 4th down. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go.
That's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. There he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And they turn it into a defensive score.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He'll bring it out. It's Tate. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The give to the tailback. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Smith. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they've kick-started this drive with that one.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Using his legs, it's Peoples. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Going right to work up top. Caught near the sideline, it's Sategna. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, and just understanding where you're at on the field. Make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline, so I get credit for that catch. Nice job. Nice pitch. Nice catch.
They'll run it. He breaks a tackle. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Really nice run. This guy brings balance to this offense. It's not all high-flying aerial passing attack, too. You go back to Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, Samaje Perine. They've always had guys in these spread-up tempo offenses that have been able to give them balance and force the defense to stay honest. That's exactly what this guy brings the Sooner offense.
And that was a dangerous throw. You could tell, didn't really get his feet set, just floating backwards, and what happens, that thing hangs up in the air, and the defense almost had the opportunity to get that pick, but they just dropped the ball, hit him right in the hands, too.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. On the run, it's Robinson.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for all this.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked, number 35.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It is changed.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Tate. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Smith. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
This offense looking at a third down after that last completion. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Fires to the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that third. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding. I get the ball to my slot guy. He can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch him, man. Just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
The Buckeyes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Donaldson. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing at running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. On the ground, it's Peoples. Breaks into... Got some room, hand to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. To throw, it's St. Clair. And he makes the catch. It's a deuce.
I like it. Nice execution. Catch the football. Get it out of your hand. Nice rhythm, nice timing for that 2-point conversion.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Sategna. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Soft spot in the middle. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Sategna.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver. Just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy. And I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. Catch in the middle. It's Thomas. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And this is some kind of belief in your kicker. They are sending him out there to try to get 3 from way downtown. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. The Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This Sooner offense to go back to work. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready. They're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to it. Picks up the first down, still moving. Turns it on in midfield. There he goes. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
And the Sooners line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Slams ahead. Touchdown Sooners. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
And the running game is so important when you get inside that 10-yard line and that field starts to shrink. And it's so nice to have a back with some physicality. Great job running the football, using that stiff arm, finishing the run, and getting in the end zone.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Tate. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
High the chains now on second and long. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Takes the easy one to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Motion from the back. On third down, he drops to throw. Looking down the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. This noise, this crowd, and you can feel the jolt of energy going through the Buckeyes.
Well, everybody loves 5-yard runs, Reese, but come on, let's get real. When you're chucking the ball down the field and you got great quarterback play and wide receivers out wide that are making plays, fans go nuts, and the Horseshoe is one of the loudest places in all of college football.
Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Ohio State. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Runs through a tackle. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Sloopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. He won't have enough for the first down as the defense able to corral him. It'll be fourth down.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Like, they understand it's third down. They understand the situation. They drop back. And I love the defensive back with vision on the quarterback. He sees it, right? He takes off the scramble. He's like, no, no, no. You're not getting this first down. Nice job coming up, making the tackle, and forcing the fourth down.
Punt is on its way. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had... Turning it on!
You know, these running backs have to keep...
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. And the Buckeyes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Tate. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. The receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle with Smith. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great recognition by the defense on that pass play. They knew exactly who the quarterback was going to, and they got there quick.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to pass. Good timing on the quick out. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. Oh, he's got some space. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. To the air, it's Mateer. Picked off, a turnover in their own end. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, what a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Going to swing it on second down. That's a fly. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score. What a grab and what a quick strike for that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll go to the toss. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Looking for a man. It's Mateer. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Fires left. He's got it. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the air on first down. Fires to the right. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays. And now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
He leaves it with his back. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
I love the aggressive nature offensively there. It's 4th down, and you're going to try and go for it. And you have so much confidence in your quarterback to be able to make that play, come up with a good throw, keep the drive alive.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Mateer. Shoots it to the left. Got him downfield. There he goes. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This guy is so dangerous because of his speed. He can take the top off the defense, and he did it right there on the post. Great arm talent, getting the throw out in front of him. It didn't matter how many DBs they had deep on that one. I don't think they could have stopped him.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Smith. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. The give to the left side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
To the air on 2nd down. The screen, and watch out. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. Off to the races to the right. He's at the 30. The 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Sooner offense returns to the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30.
A huge gain. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff. It's Robinson. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Breaks into the open. There's a live football. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, it was a good run, right? You had the 1st down. You knew you had the 1st down. Now just take care of that football. You see a lot of times those second efforts fighting for extra yards, and that's when running backs seem to cough it up.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left. But, man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Hard running there. Worked it down to the 22-yard line, give him 5 on the carry.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
On the option. Just ran him over. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking for room. It's Donaldson. He is stopped inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, and an interesting call here on 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter is sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Power football with the run. This guy just oozes toughness when he runs, bangs his way to the 20.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. They think there's room to run to the right here. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.